Hi everyone, this is Snan from Car Inspected. Today we're in Impreza. We're just outside of Montreal. We're taking a look at this 2020 Subaru Impreza. Starting with a walk around. An initial walk around will not tell you a lot. There has been an accident to the passenger side of the vehicle. I will show you some details as we go. I've done a paint thickness verification, but that's not how I found out. I found out some other way, which you will see shortly. I mean, the repair was done well. It's just that, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a big incident that happened. Vehicle identification number and manufacturing date is right there. The October 2019 is doing a computer scan as we speak. The RPM is very, very high. I don't understand why. It's abnormal. Maybe because the car is cold, but I don't think so. The audio system is working. It's got the adaptive cruise control there. That's the drive profiles, volumes and controls. You see the RPM just keeps on rising. I'm not sure why. And now it's starting to drop. It could be, we'll see. We'll see. It's telling me that the range right now is 50 kilometers. All windows work. I've already tested the mirrors work as well, both sides. No sunroof on this car. All right, now let's get to the important parts. You can see all the panels, and you see the bolts. You see this is a Subaru original hood. You see the bolts. No scratches on them or anything, so there wasn't any damage to the front. I must say though that this the bulbs are aftermarket. These are not the original bulbs that came on the car. This is some sort of a conversion. Might be LED or high intensity discharge. These are not the original lights that came on the car. This is an upgrade, or someone did something after they bought the car. The air conditioning is kicking on and off, as you can see there. Idle is stabilized. I did an oil quality test, and the car needs an oil change as soon as possible. Last oil change was aftermarket. It wasn't done at the dealer. Battery's on the low side, but it passed testing. It could be just because the battery's been sitting, the car's been sitting here for a while. It's very windy, so I'm gonna be closing the hood to prevent any damage to the car, because the hood could just simply flip and cause a lot of damage. Don't ask me how I know. I checked the air filter, I checked the brake fluid humidity, everything is a pass. Also, it's important to note, you see this is all original. That's the sealing the manufacturer uses at key joints in the car. And why am I saying this? It's because of the following. Now, on this side, you'll notice the weld spots, the original manufacturer. This is done at the factory. These are weld spots, equal distance, and they've been sealed. That's the way I was expecting it to look. However, on the passenger side, you don't see any of that. It seems like as if that whole panel got removed and replaced. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but I know that it wasn't a simple incident. It seems like they had to replace a large part of the rear fender. You can hear it just I mean, if you look from inside, everything was put back the way it should. But I have to warn, there was a relatively large accident. Undercarriage does not show anything. So the damage was here. It was here. Both these panels, both the doors have been repainted. These are original doors. The way I found out is basically looking at the bolts that hold the door and looking how the door attaches to the body of the vehicle. Look here again. If these had scratches on them, then I'd know something happened. They don't. So they've been repainted, but there was something that happened and it required the changing of the fender or some major work to the fender, the rear quarter panel, sorry. Now I'm going to close this. Again, this is what worries me versus this is how it should look like. The hinges here, nothing is done to them. The panels, all the panels that I checked out, this is the reversing camera. The panels that I've checked out are fine. The alignment seems fine. You can see here versus. I mean, little things. I know, but this is how we can tell if a car has been involved in an accident and what kind of repair has been done. Now, I do see that they're all Subaru windows. You can see here on the driver's side. Driver's side is all original. No repaint there. Subaru here, here, and here. Obviously, the doors are original. The windows are original, including the front windshield. So now the car is finishing a test, computer scan, and we're going through all of the computers using Subaru compatible software. It's all pass. There's no codes found, no codes that were recently deleted or anything like that. Electronics are working. We still have to check a few things. Horn is working. I'll check the wipers. I'm just letting the ice thaw before operating it, just in case. You can see a lot of wind in the area. Okay, so there was an aftermarket edition here. These LEDs have been added. I'm not sure who or why they were added or who added them. Probably the previous owner. The lights were changed. Okay, let's look at the tires. Let's look at inside of the CV joints are okay. Tires, they're worn evenly. They're about 7 or 8 30 seconds left in the tires. They should pass Ontario safety, no problem. Brakes in the front, they are above 60% remaining. The tires match all around the car. The brakes in the back are about 60% remaining. Tire tread depth is good in the back and in the front. You can see here, this is an original. This is how it should look. You see the weld spots. I'm gonna point them out because they're probably hard to catch in the video. I'm gonna try to find an angle where you can see. There you go, there's one. There's another one. There, to be exact. And there, to be exact. Now, if I go into the passenger side, see, there's nothing. And there is the sealant that's been added. I mean, I'm not saying that the repair wasn't done correctly. I'm just saying that there was major damage that was repaired, which required the removal and replacement, most likely, of this panel. This panel is important in cars because it starts here And you can see it's one piece. It goes all the way and it stops here. And then at the top it starts from here, goes all the way. It's one piece. So honestly, I don't know what happened. See the line here. I don't know what happened. It looks good here, but the other side is kind of throwing me off. I'm not sure what happened there. Well, we're gonna take the car for a test drive. We'll verify things. I mean, until now, this is the major concern that I found, and the fact that, you know, lights have been changed, some lights have been added. Not sure why. What was the purpose? I'm gonna flip the image now. I'm gonna flip the camera just so I can enter into the wheel well. You can see this is the passenger side. Everything else that I see, I mean, the rims are aftermarket, most likely. They're the fast rims. Car comes with all season tires. Some damage here. Let's turn on the lights and go to the inside for more. So now the lights are on. Let's get the all-white flashers. Lights are working. I checked. Actually, the way I can check it when I'm inside the car is I basically look at a reflection of another car that's behind me, and I can tell if the lights are working. Press the brakes, put it in reverse, etc. Okay. Closing the windows, exiting the controller. So I'm gonna pause the video just for a little bit while I set things up here, and then I'm gonna go inside the car and we can continue looking at the inside. Okay. All right, we're back. Before we get in the car, I just want to show you here this specifically. There are clips that are supposed to go in here and supposed to seal this in place. I don't know why they're missing, why they're not there. There was a child seat. It seems like it. And there are scratches on the anchor points. I'll tell you if there was a child seat. And there is a little bit of dirt on the back passenger side, which is normally where the child goes, the child seat goes. Yep, definitely child seat. Depending on the anchor points, there are different types. There are some that would go in here. In any case, so far looks okay in the interior, looks okay in the electronics. I mean, the car is a 2020. Let's go inside now. All right, turn this off. Radio's working, speakers are working. The lane departure cameras are there at the top. Collision avoidance is there. So that's the lane departure, and then that's the collision avoidance. Now, the reason why the compressor was engaging all the time on and off is because of that. So just gonna turn off the compressor so that the engine runs at idle. 1000 RPM is a little bit high on the idle. A little bit of damage here. And electronics. So Just settings on the car, then phone. There are phones that have been synced to the car, which tells me that the Bluetooth is working. So, no, we're gonna leave it. The radio's working. Apps. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's all there. Now, the active cruise control settings are here. And that's the lane departure. That's the active cruise control distance settings. Lane departure on, off. The drive mode. Yeah, the volume control is working. I'm just switching through the settings. Fuel level low. Traction control button. Whatever I'm testing is working. Again, my main concern is just the small additions that were added, like the light upgrade and LED upgrade in the front that I showed. Small scratch on the side view mirror there. And the damage to the passenger side. I'll still go ahead with the test drive. I'll still complete it. The wipers are working. I'll still complete the inspection, but RPM is high. Not sure what is the cause or what's the reason behind it. Little things, but there are a few of them. So, and then you have the damage to the body. Now, if the car had structural damage, it would not be authorized to be put back in service. Basically, they'll write it off because the insurance doesn't want the car to be in service if it is not roadworthy. The reverse lights are working. I'm just parking it. I'm driving it slowly, parking it here because I need to get an X plate. You can see a dealer plate, an X plate in Quebec. So, would I go for the car? Honestly, if it's for a friend or a family member, I'd say walk away. This is my opinion, and it's up to you what you decide. I doubt that there is any structural damage. There is no structural damage because the car will not be put back into service. But the damage was substantial to a point where they had to replace fenders or quarter panels. Not sure why, not sure what happened, but that is a substantial repair. Other than that, though, the car is fine, RPM is high. There are modifications that I personally don't like that were added to the car, but I mean, different people have different preferences, so I'm not gonna make that a decision changer. But yeah, user manual is there. It's in French. If you prefer getting an English one, I think you'd probably have to go to a local dealership where the car is going to be registered and then asking them for one. We're gonna do a walk around before we conclude. Gonna turn off the car. and I'll be taking it for a test drive shortly. There's the driver's side. And here's the passenger side. And the roof. All right. Well, this has been Sinan from Car Inspected, and that was a pre-purchase inspection on this 2020 Subaru Impreza all-wheel drive, and we're in El Piro. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.